Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your weekly horoscope, the weekly astrological overview for the week of June 14th to June 20th, 2021, which is from June 14th, a Monday, to Sunday, June 20th. But before I begin, I would like to let you know that I post daily horoscope videos every day on my YouTube channel and on my website called realmofastrology.com. And I also do weekly horoscopes, which I post every week on these two platforms, YouTube and my website. I also do monthly horoscopes and monthly sun rising sign horoscopes. You can watch all these on my channel or on my website, whatever you prefer, and do hit the subscribe button. Alright, so I'm going to give you an astrological overview of the week, just important events. The details of each day are in the daily videos, so you can watch those for reference, which I put out every day. And then I'm going to pick a card, an oracle card for the energy of the week. So let's begin with Monday, Saturn Uranus Square. This week begins with a bang. We have one of the most important events of 2021 happening on June 14th, and this is the Saturn Uranus Square. I speak about this in every video I do because it is the most important event of 2021. So it happens on June 14th, Monday, and I'll give you a little bit of background on what this energy is about and what we can expect and what it demands from us. So first of all, we are seeing a Saturn-Uranus square after 21 years almost. The last time these two planets squared was in the year 2000. So this is a rare event. It's a very, very rare event. And only few times in a lifetime can one witness such powerful energy. And on June 14th, we will be witness to that energy. And Saturn and Uranus, the square, a 90-degree angle forming between these two planets, will be with us all year and even into next year. However, in Feb and in June, as on June 14th, and in December, these planets, the square will come exact, which means it's the intensity of that energy on these days. Once was in Feb, I believe Feb 16th or 17th, once is in June 14th, and one will be in December. And right now we are at a point where Saturn is retrograde and Uranus is direct. In February, when these planets squared, both planets were direct. And let's talk about this energy for a moment. Let's talk about this energy. This energy is all about getting rid of old things, old structures, old thought patterns, old ways of being, old ways of thinking that are not resonating with you anymore, that are not resonating with your consciousness, with your vibration anymore. It's about getting rid of those things because they're not serving you anymore. And it's about embracing the new. What in your life can go with you to the next stage of your life? What in your life do you need to change so that you can fully be your authentic self, so that you can fully be your unique self? And why do I say this? This battle between the old and the new. That is very basically put this energy. The battle between the old and the new, the tug of war between the two. The tug of war between hierarchy, tradition, structure, who we think we should be, and the new things, equality, who we actually are. That's the energy. Okay? And this comes exact tomorrow. And since these planets are squaring, this energy will feel very, very intense. Very intense. So I would sum up the energy by saying that this energy is demanding us to get rid of anything that's old, anything that's not your true authentic self, that's not in alignment with your true authentic self. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be a habit, it could be a thought pattern, it could be an emotional tendency, it could be anything. Anything that holds you back from you, from being your unique self, has to go. And the process of this change, of letting go, of getting rid of things that are not serving you anymore, that are of the old life, will not feel very easy. It could very well be something as simple as getting rid of some fear that you have. Fear of being who you truly are. Because Uranus is who you truly are, it's your unique self. So today is the day to assess, not today, tomorrow, June 14th, is the day to really assess and understand what needs to go and what needs to stay. What do you need to build on? And I think the biggest battle when it comes to this square will be in figuring out who you think you should be and who you truly are. That's the biggest fight, I would say. Because oftentimes we have this idea of what we should want, what we should become. I should want an education. I should want an apartment, a car, whatever it is for you. I don't know, I'm just throwing out things, a formal education. I should want a degree. But maybe you're happy where you are and you just want to write or do something you love. That's who you truly are. So this idea of getting rid of who you think you should be is very, very, very prominent with this square. So that's the energy for June 14th, Monday. The week begins with a bang. And coming into the Saturn Uranus Square, we have the Neptune Sun Square on June 13th. And that can be a very confusing energy. We can feel very confused about our identity, who we are. And the next day we have the Saturn Uranus Square on Monday. So right from Sunday, although this horoscope is for the week of June 14th to June 20th, on June 13th we do have the Neptune Sun Square, which will feel very, very, very intense. And leading up to that, after that, we have the Saturn Uranus Square. And let me also tell you that the moon will oppose Saturn and square Uranus as we have the Saturn Uranus Square. So this is an extremely powerful day. It's an extremely potent day. It's an extremely intense day. And with Mercury retrograde, with the Sun square Neptune a day before, I would say that it's best not to react, take decisions on this day. Go within, reflect on what you have to change, and the change will happen on its own. And then on June 17th, which I believe is a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, is the first quarter square of the moon. Now, this is a point where we might face some challenges, some obstacles that we may need to resolve and overcome. And this will be connected to something that happened around June 10th. Because June 10th was a powerful new beginning, a solar eclipse in Gemini. So something that began then or showed glimpses around June 10th will need to be addressed, will need to be resolved, adjusted in some way, shape or form, beginning on June 17th. And this energy could last the whole week. And then we have Jupiter going retrograde on June 20th. Jupiter changed signs on May 13th, and Jupiter changes signs once a year almost, and it re-enters a particular sign after about 12 years. So on May 13th, it entered the sign of Pisces. This means a change in energy. This means the blessings, the gifts, the healing that you're receiving in a certain part of your life shifted on May 13th. Okay? And when Jupiter goes retrograde, what does it mean? It means the lessons that we are supposed to learn with Jupiter ease off. It also means that it's a karmic time. All the work that we put in when Jupiter was direct, we'll start to receive that. And let me also mention that by now we have Pluto in retrograde, we have Saturn in retrograde, we have Mercury in retrograde, and now Jupiter on June 20th will go retrograde. So many retrogrades mean two things. One, it's a karmic time. It's time to reap the rewards for the work that we've put in. The second thing is that the forward movement slows down. And when I say forward movement, I mean for a certain time of the year, we're forging our path, we're figuring things out, we're taking direct action. And then we've done those things, we've taken that action, and we say, okay, I've done that, let's see what happens. Now is the time where that let's see what happens begins. It's time to reap the rewards for the work we've put in. And on June 20th, Cancer season begins. The sun enters the sign of Cancer. Okay? And the sun in Cancer is an energy that's all about self-reflection. It's all about going within. It's all about receiving. Cancer is a feminine energy. It's receptive. It receives things. And for the next 30 days, while the sun moves through the sign of Cancer, we will receive. We will be receptive. And this makes complete sense because so many planets are retrograde. And even the Saturn Uranus Square that happens on June 14th, Monday, all the changes it will bring, a lot of it will be figured out on the inside before we can see it visibly on the outside. And since these planets will square all year and come direct 3 times this year, and we'll see the energy into the next year as well, you can only imagine that we will not see the visible impact of the Saturn-Uranus square anytime soon. Not until next year. Next year we will know for certain, yes, I changed this about myself. Yes, this was the old thing that I got rid of last year. Yes, I embraced my new self. I am this person. This is who I truly am. I have become that now. All this will happen next year. But now is that internal struggle between the old and the new. Don't get me wrong, it may reflect in your material existence as well. But the very final understanding of what truly changed, what you truly let go of, what the old thing that you got rid of, and what new thing you embraced, new person you became, will be clear next year, very visible next year. And this week is one of the most pivotal weeks in that energy, because Saturn and Uranus come exact. So that's all I leave you with. This week begins with a lot of intensity, a lot. Try not to react. Mercury is still retrograde. We may still be quite confused till June 22nd. The sun will change signs on June 20th, and that'll be more of a receptive energy. And by July, I believe even Neptune will go retrograde, and that's when we'll really start to see the rewards for the work that we put in come to us. And now I will pick a card for today. And before I pick a card, I do want to mention that this is a very basic overview of the week. Just to prep you in advance. For the dailies, for the details, for the detailed energy, I would recommend watching the daily astrology videos. So, okay, now I'll pick a card for the week. Okay, I'm going to go with this. And we've seen this card once or twice before. It says building blocks. Building blocks. And I totally believe this to be true. Like I said, this week we'll have that internal struggle between the old and the new with the Saturn Uranus square. And we're building, and the change will become final, visible next year. And it is one of the most important weeks for us to build, for us to get rid of the old and embrace the new, for us to build our own identity as well, because we are changing, we are becoming who we are truly meant to be, our authentic selves, our unique selves. And this energy just tells me that. And we are putting the pieces together. There are few pieces left to be put together, and we're doing that. And I always say that this card is a long-term vision, because she's looking into the future. Whatever changes that are taking place with the Saturn-Uranus square are for the long run. And that makes sense because the Saturn-Uranus cycle is a long cycle, 45 years if I'm not mistaken. The cycle that we are referring to right now started in 1988 when they conjuncted in Sagittarius, and this cycle will stay with us till 2032. So whatever uniqueness you're bringing out, whatever changes you're making, don't think they'll go away soon. No, we're setting the base till 2032 because this cycle will be with us till 2032. So that's the energy for the week. Do hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in one of my daily horoscope videos. Bye.